Hello, I'm back. This is the second part of my campaign. Basically, they flipped a coin to see who was going to be facing who in the charting system for the Rocket-propelled. And the skeletons came down and pretty much caused all kind of hell, and it was starting to freeze and all that. That's why I painted it somewhat white, so it kind of give that effect as well, you know. And so basically, ships came down, they got on the ship, then they came over here to land. And, Tricycle's not the big monster here, you know. But they showed up here, some pieces are missing, you know. It's all about, keeping everything organized, which I'm not. But they showed up to a tower. And what's cool about this, I just did this. Put some styrofoam, some sticks. It probably looks like crap, but just this big old that skeleton cairn. And basically, if people wanted to, sweep off the ice and kind of take a look inside, what I did was I put a little eye patch. And if they got the perception check, they just got to look in there. Doesn't that seem pretty cool? All them freaking skeletons, and all that is just a piece of paper. Just a piece of paper put in there. It's kind of cool system. Just kind of get you in the game, They can kind of say, oh, okay, the character kind of wiped off a little place that they can put their, head in. And they look in, and they can try to look down, and they don't really see much other than skeletons. They can look up. It's just filled with skeleton heads, like the cairn is filled. So that's just kind of a little neat trick, I did have a little walkway here, the entrance, going down into like a little cave type thing. The door opens up, and all this is like a little bench, and I used some other mat pieces that I had for some tables and stuff, a little 2D effect. This is a table that I built, and I just put, just different stuff up there, kind of painted it a little bit. Didn't do a lot to it. I mean, it's been abandoned, and people have been here frozen for hundreds of years, so it's not going to be in the best shape. I also did make some beds that I put over here. And instead of having that animal cage out this way, I kind of put it in this corner. Because I was thinking, maybe this was, like the big tower, on the outside. And maybe this was kind of like the other tower that was on this side, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you can just imagine, like, walking to this thing on the outside, you'd have that big old tower and this big old tower. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but it was for my story. So here, when I actually played it, I took all the pieces that we weren't using away. So like if they weren't in this room, it would just look like this with a door. Then when they opened the door, I would just bring out the piece and then tell them what they, what the prize was behind door number 1. There's a hallway here missing that kind of went up like that, and attached to that hallway there. I used this instead of the Wraith room. I used this as a some type of laboratory, So it was kind of cool, and it wasn't even a door there. That hallway just kind of went up. They would actually have to see that magically to find it, so that was something that I didn't really use. I ended up using that as the extra room that comes off of here that's missing, as a portal in my game. So when they show up, those wraiths that were there actually protect the royal family and the guards that are with them. So that was kind of little twist that I put in there. My characters ended up going through this little door. And there was a barbarian and that illusionist that was here. And it was kind of cool. I really played with it. Characters kind of liked it. And they actually used the tables and stuff. They used the beds. Like they flipped the bed over on a wolf, on one of the wolves that were in here. It was just really, really neat. And this is just the 2.5 version from DM Scotty, his ideas. And I really didn't do a lot to it. It was one of my first projects. I think it was like my third project, and I just kind of whipped it together. But I had this as the dining hall. And this was like a huge statue that was like just huge in the dining hall, with the flames and everything else. Kind of like an eagle. And this is also, I turned this into like a dwarvish community type thing. Not sure if it says that in the book or not, but it worked for me. And then this is the dead end that comes down to here. And I actually had a chair here with a troll. Like, that's where he kind of, like, chilled out at. That was his little, room or whatever. And this is bark. I had a little piece here that I spray painted it, but it come up missing. But I just wanted to show you that bark is really cool for, like, rubble and stuff. I mean, it works really good. You can, you can break it down to size. You can throw it on a piece of cardboard, black it out, highlight it, boom, you're good. So I did have a piece there. But bark is really cool for, like, boulders and even natural terrain. I mean, it just has a natural look, and you didn't have to do anything with it, Really quick, easy, boom, there it is. Alright, this hallway had 2 doors. This hallway that came up here, so it has a door here and a door there. And I kind of did something different with this piece because I wanted it to look different. And that's that I put these little corner pieces on here. Not sure if you can see that really well. But I just want it to be kind of like, the whole, a little bit more royal than just a natural hallway. The reason why this is frozen is because this was the temple that had that frozen priest in it. And I had some other pieces that I put here that was, the statue. And actually had, like, pieces from here that was little bowls. So I put there to kind of like wash your hands and stuff, and basically the reason why it's cold here is because, if you try to break it down, that spell releases that out, but I just turned it into a frost spell, so it just kind of works that way. I also had some writing over here on this wall that basically said that something to the fact of, and it was written in Dwarvish. It was something to the fact of they once were kings and now they move like rats or something like that. It was really cool. It was just something I threw in there and really upset the dwarf. It really helped in gameplay, just something like that. It was really cool. But we'll move on. Alright, down the hallway. This is the prison cell that I made, and this is the little trap. I mean, it probably doesn't look like this in the book, but, sometimes you just gotta go with it. Got a little bathroom area here, and what I'm thinking is maybe there's a private door there somehow that they take the inmates to the bathroom so it's all secure. I also made different doors for each cell. Like this door, the things come screwing down, and that's how it closes. It kind of screws into the floor. And then this is a gate that comes open, and then this is a huge gate. Thinking like, oh my gosh, what do we fit in that? I kind of like put a column next to it to kind of get the height of the ceiling on that one. And then I just put a little grate. And I actually had this where if you went into the crate, which the players did because they got trapped in here with the track going off, and those traps are just, all that is a medicine cabinet, or the medicine bottle top with some toothpicks. Bent them up a little bit, put some glue on them, painted it black. Really didn't do a lot to it. Like I said, pretty simple, basic. There's my walls. But yeah, I had that hooked up to the well that was on the map that came with the book and the campaign. And then you just came out of here, you went down. I thought this was pretty interesting. I kind of put something like that to kind of, I don't know, the players just really oohed and awed about it, like wondering what it was, dried blood or guts, or why would it be dragged, look like someone maybe hit somebody against the wall and then just dragged their body this way. And this is where the map that came with the book would go. And it was just a really cool idea. Down there this is pretty much the map that they didn't have with the book. And I really like the story. Like I said, I changed some things up. But it really inspired me to make the rest of the map. So, and then I see DM Scotty stuff, and so I started messing around. But hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys liked. And I'll be putting up some more stuff once, I get the next campaign underway, which is under construction today. Bye-bye.